Yeah, hi there, and you're one of my students in my Level 6 TOEFL course here at California State University, San Bernardino, and you did the paragraph writing practice exercise last week. Now, I read your essay or your paragraph, and at this point, here's where you are right now with your writing. So you're 2.0 out of 5, 14 points out of 30, or 64 points out of 100. Now notice in the paragraph, you're saying it's more convenient, less expensive, and a more independent method of moving about my country. So you're trying to illustrate all three ideas in a single paragraph. I don't recommend that, because you're not going to have enough specific examples for each of those points. You're trying to jam-pack 221 words in a single paragraph for 3 different topics. I don't recommend that. So to show depth and complexity of thought, let me show you a couple of things here. I'm going to get rid of this first of all. That doesn't do much. You want to say here, I prefer to travel by automobile because it is I'm going to say it is a less expensive of transportation. Now let's get rid of everything that doesn't talk about that. You have this. You talk about it's always safety. That doesn't relate to it. Rest, relaxation. Okay, so when it comes down to it, see, you had just too many ideas in there. When you really look at less expensive here, there's really not a lot of information in here that even deals with that idea. So your paragraph, it lacks depth and complexity of thought. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can develop this idea, right? So what we want to do now is to spend about 100 words illustrating how it is less expensive. Okay, now what I want to show you here is I've changed your paragraph to only focus on one idea, less expensive. Remember that your purpose here is to develop 3 different body paragraphs, and this is just one of your 3 body paragraphs, right? And notice you had 221 words in your paragraph. That's just too much. You're trying to put too many ideas here. This is 139. This is more of what I consider a paragraph within the normal word range or word count range. So it says, I prefer to travel by the automobile because it is a less expensive mode of transportation. 2 years ago, I took an airplane to travel to Las Vegas from the Ontario airport, which is about 275 miles away from the Strip. After paying my luggage fees, state and government taxes, and my round-trip airfare, the price to travel to Las Vegas by airplane was $198. However, last year I decided to travel again from Southern California to Las Vegas, this time by car. Even though it took me 2 hours longer to get there, it cost me about $53 to travel there in my 2017 Toyota Corolla, which gets about 40 miles to the gallon. Thus, because I saved $145, I prefer to drive my car on relatively short trips in preference to taking an airplane. You see what we're saying? So there, notice the example here. I spent 123 words just on that one example. That's what you're trying to do as you develop your ideas in your TOEFL paragraphs. You don't want to go in a lot of different areas like you did. You had you had too many different ideas going on and you didn't have any specific detail for any one of them, so that's why I gave you the score that I did. Now the question is, if you go over to my website, what can you do now? Okay, so my next step here is to make some recommendations. So your writing is weak. I mean, that's at best. It's best at weak. So you have to do a lot of different things to improve, I think, your writing proficiency. And one of them is your grammar and your vocabulary. So with vocabulary, I want you to learn the words in lesson number 3, lesson number 4, lesson number 5, and vocabulary lesson number 6. That's your first step. Learn these words. That's 1,700 words. That will help you get much more specific than you are in your writing right now. Okay, let's go to grammar. Grammar, my best suggestion here is to take the grammar diagnostic pretest, and that will tell you which of these lessons you need to focus on the most. Study those lessons. Start writing down the sample sentences. You need to get used to combining sentences and using punctuation and all of those kinds of things. Right? Okay, now let's go to the writing part of my course. I can tell you some things that you want to work on here. Okay, I think here, because we're only focusing on a paragraph, right? We weren't focused on the whole essay. I think you should take a look at writing effective topic sentences, 5.1, lesson 5.2, one simple trick to improve topic sentences, lesson 5.4, writing details to support generalizations, writing 5.5, how to show depth and complexity of thought, and then writing lesson number 5.6, writing the perfect paragraph. I think that's good. And finally, you should take a look at writing lesson number 8, how to make your writing more coherent. So if you can improve vocabulary, grammar, and then study and master the ideas in those writing lessons, you will be able to improve your writing. Now you're probably saying, well, this is going to take time, Michael, and my answer is yes, it'll take you some time. But think about it. You're going to be done here in about a month. So you have right now all the way through December to solve a lot of these writing issues. So I really believe if you work hard, you can get ahead of your writing issues and you can actually make progress by following the steps and the lessons I just outlined in this video to help you get better.